It's past 2 on the time of Lagos, Nigeria this afternoon, and I'm seeing this weather. I don't they change small small. Be like say the rain won't fall somehow. But then anyway, you are watching WYTV. You're welcome to another edition of Let's Talk, and you know how we do it on Let's Talk. This is where we just talk. We don't have anything to do here than to talk, and we don't just talk. We talk to entertain, to informate, you know, to tell you things that you're supposed to know, maybe things that you know before, maybe you've forgotten. This is where we are going to talk about it, and we bring different topics, you know, to rub minds together. We don't do the talking alone. We talk, and you talk in the comment section too, if you want to join in the talk. So let's move on to the next topic of today, because I'm not the only one on the studio today, and you already know my name is Sidon J. I don't need to be telling you, you already know that Sidon J is 100, the only idol of Wisdom Yard Television. You already know that. So today I have me in the studio, my daddy, that is going to tell us things that we don't understand about the topic of today. Please greet our viewers.
Viewers all over the world. My name remains the same, Ambassador Rochimi Orilua. I'm a son of the prophetess.
So daddy may be son of the prophetess. You just say, go far. All right, today, you know, last week on that Let's Talk, we talked about something very interesting, and I told you guys that I'm coming again with another interesting topic that will, you know, that will educate you guys about things in life. So today, the topic I brought for you guys is early marriage. Now, talking about, you know, marriage, we all know marriage is a good thing in man's life. You know, when you are happily married, you know, making children, working day to day just to make sure the family is going on well and all. Family is a good thing, and marriage is a good thing too. But then, what is early marriage? Early marriage is that marriage that we see a young girl that is not up to 18 dating, getting married to an older man. Then in another sense, early marriage is where you see two couples that are not matured coming together to get married. But the one that is rampant in Nigeria, talking about, let's say in Africa, is that seeing a young girl that is not even up to 18 years old, that is being forced to marry one baba wey get more money, be more allergy to, you understand. So we want to see what are the effects of this early marriage, and what are the consequences, what are the advantage, what are the disadvantage, because there is nothing in this life that does not have advantage and disadvantage. But then the advantage of early marriage is just, let me say, 5% out of 100%, because the disadvantages are much.
Maybe that's the way you look at it. Let me say, you know, when we are talking about early marriage, you said something of a young lady and a young guy. Yes. It's not right for marriage that are coming together. Well, let me put it this way. Number one, a young girl and a young lady that comes together and got married earlier. Probably it may be, maybe the guy has a good job.
Okay.
Has a good job, because the job that he's having can finance the family, finance the children. If they are really ripe for marriage, or they are matured enough, like 18 years, they can go into marriage. Yeah,
thank you, sir. Yeah. But I'm not actually talking about 18 years
18
now.
years, you are talking about
younger to 18.
Younger to 18. In fact, the disadvantages is much, because the lady is not ripe enough. According to the constitution of Nigerian, at least before, even not Nigerian alone, even in US, for you to decide on your own whatever you want to do, at least you must be able to get to the age of 18 years. But you that has been forced into early marriage, it has a lot of disadvantage, most especially in Africa. It is normally done in Africa, not in the other part of the world. In the diaspora, not in the other part of the world.
If you're just joining the live, it's Let's Talk, and that is our topic for today, early marriage. And I want to tell you guys that most of people do say early marriage occur based on religious fact. Talking about Islam. Some people said in Islam in some part of the north. Now, I want to tell you guys, in Islam, there are rules. And there are laws that guide Islamic religions too. So don't mistake religion with culture. Yes, because in some northern part of Nigeria, let me say northern part of Africa, we see a situation whereby I saw a movie, sir. This movie, it was set in Ghana. It was a Ghanaian movie. They don't believe in education in this community. They are fishermen. And do you actually know that this man had to take his only daughter that is just 13 years old, that was trying to go to school. The father doesn't send her to school, so she do sneak.
Because they didn't believe in
education. No, although, according to the movie, I don't want to go deep into the movie, they don't just believe in education in that time, because most of their people that went to school, they came back to become uncontrollable. So it is just like that to them, that education is devilish to their culture. So this man had to take her only child to go and marry one Alhaji. And this girl
is a very rich man.
A very innocent.
It normally happens here in Nigeria, most especially in the northern part of the country, in the northern part of Nigeria. Why? Based on the poverty. Let me put it that way. Maybe the parents of the lady, they were so poor. Even don't let us go into the education aspect of it. Let's go into the feeding aspect of it. They were unable. You know, all this the northern part of the country, they normally bear child like almost in a house now. You may be counting almost 15, 20, 15, 13 children from one man and woman. So to feed those children at times, that is why you see.
And most of them, they are polygamous in
They are polygamous, and that is why you see in the northern part of the country, you see the Almajiris. When you see the Almajiris, it is mostly the young boys that you normally find within the midst of the Almajiri. So the young ladies, all those young ladies that are there, when they got to the age of 13 or 14 years or 15, latest 15 years, they normally give their hand in marriage to somebody that is very wealthy, that is very rich, that can take care of the family.
Well, still on the existing protocol, which is the early marriage that is our topic for today. I want to tell you guys that in case you don't know, let us put early marriage aside and let's talk about the level of guys of baby mama that we have in Nigeria nowadays, because of this fraud of a thing. Most guys believe once they have little change, but the next thing for them to do is just to get someone impregnated and have that person as their wife, legally or illegally. But then it has caused a lot of havoc, because most times when they see the money, they don't spend it wisely, and at the end of the day, they end up
nothing to show off.
You understand? So now
I got to know the marriage will be separated.
Before we go to early marriage, I want you to tell our viewers now, what are the things that the step to take when it comes to having underage boys and girls getting married, and we do see them in the society. We have elderly people that does not even have the mouth to talk to them because they won't listen, because they believe they have money and money is everything.
You see, Sidonji, most of the fault normally comes from the parents. Once there is no parental care, the children does whatever they like, either good or bad. Because the children, and when you look at all those people that are involved in this early marriage, most of them normally comes from broken home. Whereby the children, whereby the parents, the husband, the father were living somewhere.
They will have separate right from when they are kids.
For a very long time. So nobody to guide them through. Even the ones that the father and the mother were still living together, at times whenever they rebuke the children, all our children of nowadays. The children of nowadays is different from the children of the olden days. When you talk to them, they are ready to come back to their senses. But the children of nowadays, before you get to know, I think based on what the world has now turned to.
The development of the world.
The development that how do I put that?
The experience.
The civilization.
Okay, civilization.
That has gone through all this
the modernization
media,
of everything. Yes.
All this social media. Some of those things that were being taught through social media were those things that are sink into their head, to the extent in which when the parents comes together to rebuke them, they look at them as if they are old schools.
Well, looking at elderly people as old school is not a good thing, because the elders are there to correct and try to put us through any difficulties we are facing in life. Me, for example, I don't have friends of my age mates. I do talk to people that are older than me, that of course the bridge I'm about to cross, so as not for me to fall. But then I don't see any reason why we should have any marriage with this generation. There's nothing anybody can tell me. Early marriage in this generation, no matter, if you check the percentage of the ones that are working, you will see that it is not much.
They are not matured for what they are about to enter into. They don't even have the knowledge. They don't even have the doctrine. Now, let me give you an example. Even those people that are matured enough, how many out of 100% of marriage that has been done, that was being done last year now, out of 100%, go and check. Hardly you see 20% of the marriage that is still standing, based on that they lack home training. Can you imagine a wedding of a day, a marriage of a single day, not 24 hours, got separated within a twinkling of an eye? After being joined together, the holy matrimonial destiny in the church, on their way to the reception, there was an argument between the husband and the wife,
and they separated.
On their way to the reception, the groom parent, the bride parent, they are all there together with the guests at the reception, waiting for the arrival of the new wedded couple. Only for the driver to come in and say both of them have got separated. They left. They jumped out from the vehicle.
Well, I don't even know what to say at this junction. But then, this matter, this thing that you just said made me to remember one scenario of a guy that was telling me his wedding is next week, is my friend, and the wife that he's supposed to get married to, the girl was saying if the guy did not accept the fact that he's going to be staying in our own father's house.
In our own father's house.
That they cannot get married. And they didn't talk about this in the first place.
Now, when he's about to.
Yes. So he said maybe if she brought this into the scene, maybe the guy will, so far he loves her, so he'll be able to comply.
To leave.
So this was what happened, and the guy does not know what to do. I said he's not going to stay.
Let me come in by this. You see, I told you most of the children we have today lacks home training. Most of the fault that normally causes broken marriage radically comes from the parents. They don't monitor their children because all they're after is money. And when you see somebody outside, they booking their children, they get angry easily. Can you imagine a lady that got married? After a week, you know, during the first week was
there is honeymoon. Yes.
Maybe the lady.
I just feel that's the sweetest part of a marriage of nowadays. Or that honeymoon, that's the sweetest part.
The lady told the husband that she's so tired. They normally order for all this fast food. After a week now, the husband said, at least
honeymoon don't finish.
Enough rest. I need to eat something better. Go to the market. Buy super ingredients, then prepare it for me. I'm going out to. The husband left. When the husband came, only to my surprise, the lady cooked a wedu for this man. Okay. In the process of dipping his hand inside the ewedu, he discovered that the ewedu was not melting, it was not drawing. He said, Daniel, what happened to this ewedu? The ewedu was not drawing.
Yeah, TikTok generation.
You see, only for the lady to respond that, the ewedu is not okay enough. Okay. I fried the ewedu refused to draw.
She fried the ewedu with what? Is it with ororo?
With ororo, you understand what I'm saying? So that was what provoked anger in this guy. That made this guy to throw eba into the lady's face. The lady now left in an angry, cried to his parents, cried to her parents.
So I will need to blame that guy on this, because normally if it has to be me, before you could go to the extent of getting married to someone, at least there is something we call courtship.
See, Don J, in courtship, maybe they both parents, they are from Christian home. You know, all these Christian religions marriage, they normally say when you people go into courtship, you meet in your pastor's house, so you can discuss. Are you telling me that the pastor will endorse you to tell the lady to bring food from
that is what I'm saying. Sometimes even religion gives space for you guys to have your time together.
You don't even let me learn.
Okay, because I'm just trying to feel like, why with that guy?
When the lady got home, the parents saw that the lady was, because their parents were very rich. The employer now made to be cooking for them. Not even minding telling this lady to go inside the kitchen to prepare a food for one day. You understand what I'm saying? So he now said, okay, what happened? He said, my darling threw eba into my face. Because I fry a wedding.
In a marriage, he said, not like in just relationship.
She said, a marriage of two.
Sir, I think we need to talk about this very well, because normally I will blame the girl and I'll blame the husband and the wife. Number one, if you're a wife, life is now easy. Anything is easy in life. You can get anything online. If you want to prepare a wedu, you can go on YouTube. How do we prepare a wedu?
My wife that I got married to did not prepare food for me while in the courtship.
Sir, I know, I agree with that.
And she is good in cooking. One of the things that I love most in her is the way she cooks.
I know she'll be smiling now. Ah, God,
it's the way she cooks.
When am I going to get married like this?
She's so good in cooking. Do you know what taught her? She had to leave where she was living then to move together with somebody, to a couple. And she has been the one doing the works in the kitchen.
For them?
For them.
Wow.
That's how she knows. She learned a lot of
That's what I'm saying.
At times, it takes, when I was living in Flagstaff, I was so stubborn there because my father was a military personnel. He works at the Ojo military cantonment. He saw that I was so stubborn. One day, a friend of my mom came into my house, to our own house, to pay a visit to us. She saw the way I was doing. The woman now said, this holiday, this coming holiday, I'm taking this guy home to go and trade him. My father both accepted. My father and my mother accepted. Right at the back, we were living at 4th Avenue, Block 3, Flat 11. At the back of our own block, the woman was living there. I had to move my load immediately after the holiday to that place. There was a day the woman sent me to our house, not knowing that the woman was coming behind me.
Wow.
On getting to our house, I met my father eating. My father said, come and eat. Is it a crime for me to eat with my father? Immediately I sat down as I was eating. The woman just came. I had a dirty slap.
From the back?
From the back.
Wow.
He said, I sent you an errand, you were there. It was like the woman punishing me, not knowing that the woman was training
you. Wow.
How many parents could go to that extent?
Of
they will
leaving
say,
their child.
She's the only daughter that I have.
You see, one thing I studied about your own generation then was that, you know, life is not like this then. Although there are things that happen then too.
We still have most of the parents we have today are the parents of the hoods. If we have the children of nowadays, we still have some of the parents that are the parents of the hoods.
You know, it is hard for you to control child these days. We all know what is going on in our society these days. Most of the things that happen to these kids, they saw it online, they saw it on phones, you know, what they watch on TV.
Why I say,
while I was growing up,
some of them lack parental care.
While I was growing up, we sit down to watch soap operas and TVs. You cannot go to anybody's room to watch TV except your father's house.
Because it is not allowed.
And all the soap operas that was being done then, it's either it is educative or entertainment. You won't see anything like immoral on TV there. So most things that we gist about when we meet outside with our friends is did you watch a Super Story yesterday? Did you watch a Bita and Friends? Baba Ajasko. Did you watch this? Did you watch that? Then these days now, if you see the conversation that is going on within the kids of nowadays, you will be surprised.
Listen, there are ways you can still. Let me tell you this. No matter how bad the world and the generation we have today are, you can still monitor your kids.
Yeah, that's true.
It depends on the parent. Is there any kid that you give birth to that you'll not be able to monitor, you'll not be able to rebook?
And you know, life has turned.
It's nice in the hands of the parent. You rebook them. In fact, you take time even when you are there in the university. You won't tell them you are going to pay them a visit. You just get there, you pay them a visit to watch the activities of your children. Exactly. But most of the parents don't do that. They only send money. Even some children have been excommunicated from the schools while they are still there, collecting money from their parents.
That's true. I have lots of experiences when I was in school. I had a guy that the school has expelled, but he still come to school, call his parent that he needs money to pay school fees.
And they still keep
whereas he's not in school
because they don't monitor the activities of the children. You can, since you are the one that gave back to them, till they got married, you can still monitor. Even if they got married, you still need to bring them down, teach them, advise them. This is how you should live with your wife. This is how you should live with your husband. It takes patience to achieve this. It takes this to achieve that too.
That's true. Well, if you're just joining the live, we are still on Let's Talk, and our topic for today is early marriage, and we've been talking about how people got engaged in getting married in an early stage of their lives. And again, there is something I want you guys to know, that the sponsor for this show is Nokpa Hours and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we're back, we'll talk about the effect of early marriage.
Papa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break, and we're still on WUITV, and it's Let's Talk that I've been doing. This is how we do it. We talk, and talk. But then, you know, we don't just talk. We talk to give you essential information. All right, we're still talking about the early marriage, and I want us to look at this effect of early marriage one after the other. Let me start with physical and psychological problems. Now, if you are in an early marriage or you've experienced any early marriage, you will know this kind of this particular one, which is physical and psychological problem. You know, barely looking at someone that met themselves in early marriage, you will know that these people are not really okay with what is going on with them, because
they are not right for the marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have the experience.
Most especially when an old man got married to a young girl. When you check the way the girl will be doing, physically you will know that this girl is not okay. Because there are some things that will be happening that this girl will not be able to talk. She will just be there, dumb. Psychologically, she will be thinking like...
She got married to somebody that is who is old enough to be...
His father, our father rather.
So how do you expect a young girl of 13 years old to get married to somebody of 40 years old? You expect the lady to be free in that house, so to share an idea. Even not only she's not the only wife, she might have met some women in the house.
Exactly.
How do you expect the lady to share her experience or to share what is paining her from the bottom of her heart to that man? She'll be looking at the man as if she's her father.
Well, sir, I need to go back. We need to go back to the ancient days. You know, I'm still young, and I could bring that to your table. That when you were in our age back then, when you were growing up, there are things that happen then that I don't really concur with those things. You know, we saw it in history, we read it in books, and we saw it in movies, that sometimes when you have money, or you are you have this personality in a community that everybody knows you are popular, you can just take one of you have a lot of wives, so you can just take one of your daughter, take it to the king's palace. King, I want to give you this gift as a new wife. You know, it was being written, and we read it, that it was being done like that in Yoruba land. So I asked myself, what if, marriage is something that has to happen between the two parties?
That was then. You could remember what happened recently when they said Obasanjo abused all those manners based on misuse of powers. They lost their dignity. Why? In the olden days, the king has the authority to do whatever he or she likes, whatever he likes. Now, for instance, if a matter was brought before the king that somebody stole so thing, the king may decide that person should be beheaded. Nobody will query the king. But nowadays, we have constitution that is guided. Then, also, you may see, a king may be roaming about the street and see a fine lady or see a fine girl and say, okay, well, as from today, Obagbe Seleo, which means you have finally become the king's wife. Which the parent will never argue about it.
But that's bad.
That was then.
Okay.
All these things happen based that we people lack knowledge. Then we don't have constitution guiding us. But nowadays, when there is constitution that is guiding us, you can't just misbehave. No king has the right to say, even in Yoruba land here that we have. But
in this day, we saw the late Oba of Alafin of Oyo.
Alafin of Oyo.
Yes, he got married to a young
lady. It is the wish of the lady. If it is not the wish of the lady, the social media would have escalated the whole issue. The lady willingly got married to the man based that the man is rich. Do you think the lady got married out of her own will?
Well, the next one we are going to look at one of the effects of early marriage. Another one is high-risk pregnancy and childbirth. You know, sometimes when I see young girls,
carrying pregnancy all about. I pity them.
I feel so.
I pity them too whenever I see them.
Mad. I'll be like, who is the person that impregnated this small girl?
You see, the cost of all this is poverty. Like I have earlier said, this normally rampant in the northern part of the country, though it's here in South, but not when you reach the South. out of 100% is like about 30% of it. But in the northern part of the country, we still have up to 80% of it. When you see a young lady carrying a pregnancy, a young lady of 13 or 14 years, number one, go and check. Is either the lady lacks home training. That's one. Two, no parental guide. And most of the ladies that you see were some of the ladies that were not living with their parents. Maybe their parent lacks money to fund their education. They will now have to take this girl to somebody else to be working for that person. That person will be sending that girl to school.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we just see the lady, maybe somebody entice the lady with money. Little change. Before you get to know, they'll sleep with the lady. At the end of the day, she'll get pregnant.
We are not even talking about the pregnancy aspect, at least. But what we are talking about is the risk of getting pregnant at that age.
At that age, the lady of 13 years, there is possibility for her to get pregnant. If she starts menstruating. At least the age starts from 12, 13 years when she starts menstruating.
But that's too bad, because I don't know. There are some men that are irresponsible right from birth.
You see,
because we have choice in life. I feel even without telling you, you should know that.
Okay, what about a man of 60 years old that raped a lady of 5 years old? What are you saying?
That's a baby, not a lady.
A baby of 5 years. We're not talking about the lady of 13 years old that she was even the one begging man to come and sleep with her.
Wow.
That she wanted to taste. She wanted to know how it feels based on what they normally see on social media.
Well, the next one we are going to talk about is the physical illness, and that is just what we just finished talking about the pregnancy and the physical aspect of the small girl. You know, when you see a girl of a young age with pregnancy, the first thing that will come to my mind is, how does she cope with this? With
the pregnancy out.
How does she feel when she sees her mates coming back from school and she is with, pregnancy? You know, that's emotional. She will not be able to cry to anybody. But I know she will be feeling...
something will be going on.
Exactly.
You see, Sidonje, well, this, if we continue to treat this issue, we will still come back to the concluding part of the story is that
the parents.
The parents. So parents don't even know the kind of dress their children are putting on. Some parents don't even communicate with their children. And it needs a daily basis communication. You need a daily basis communication with your children. Because if your children is seeing you as somebody that they cannot communicate with, they will communicate with somebody who is going to influence their life, either badly
or either good or bad.
So once they are not seeing you as their friend, they will pick somebody else outside there that's going to give them either wrong advice or good advice. So you parents, let us go and learn how to communicate with our children. Either good or bad. You either see the children is not feeling okay. You saw his countenance that his countenance is not okay. You need to invite or call me or what is going on? Don't say, how is your face like this, all this and that. Before you know, when you are friends with your children, you will see how your children, even if they are feeling hungry, they will come to you. They are feeling hungry. Even nothing is happening to them, they may say, daddy, please, I want to.
Most of the parents of nowadays the only thing they pray for is just for their children to get successfully
in life.
Either positively.
The road to success. Have they ever trained them to the road to
That's what I'm saying, because they believe there is miracle. You know, we believe so much.
You know how many children that are going to Yahoo today that their mother is even happy that their children are.
That's what I'm saying. They are backing them.
I got to know that in Ogun State, there is a town that they said the mothers of those guys.
Association of
Mama Yahoo's mother.
Association of Yahoo's mother.
So when are they going to? You're not telling me those parents, those parents, were they the one that will see their children doing something that is not okay, that they are going to reboot their children?
Well, still talking about early marriage here, you can actually talk about yours too. Any view of yours, you can drop into the comment section. So the next one we are going to look at is having lots of responsibility. You know, when you get married in a younger age, the responsibility on you will be much, because there will be something there is something we call Yawole in Yoruba land. There's something we call Balele. You understand? So when a young girl was being brought to a family whereby the man has already had like 3 wives, maybe the girl is the last wife, everything in that house should be the one to
that was the tradition then.
Yes,
that was the tradition.
That was then.
Then, not now.
Okay.
Because most of the ladies that you are saying want a jar. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they don't meet any of the wives at home, maybe it was their husband. Do you know? Have you ever seen a lady that someone that's married to? Have you not seen a lady they got married to, and the lady said, "Oh, come, we are going to employ somebody that will be washing for us. We are going to employ somebody that will be sweeping for us, that will be doing the house cleaning."
Well, I feel
not to talk of somebody, of a lady that got married to a man that met 3 wives there. That was there, not now.
Well, what if they both the couples are both young, the husband and the wife, and they got married? Maybe they mistakenly impregnated themselves. And there is no choice than getting them married so as to start their life. So that is maybe we should talk about that, because you know we have a lot of that in the town now.
Yes,
like,
we have a lot of that. We have
yes,
a lot of that.
There are just many
even
out
the
there.
parents were the one taking care of the wife. Because the
not only the wife, both of them, because the husband did not have anything to.
Whatever you reap, you shall sow. They are sowing what they reap, because if the boy or the lady has been taken care of, proper care, they wouldn't have gone to the extent of.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, the next one is violent actions from an older husband. That one is that one is the most dangerous part of everything.
Let us say an older husband. Let's say from the husband. Because at times when you see a lot of ladies out there, let's go out now and make an interview. Let's gather some ladies. That who do you like to marry with? Is it somebody of your equal age or somebody that is older than you? You see, out of 100% of those people that you are going to do interview for, almost 70% of them would say they want somebody who is older than them, because they normally take care
of them. They don't want to suffer with anybody.
They don't want to suffer with anybody. But young ones the ones that wanted to take that wanted to marry with their equal age, they know.
It'd be like Kiloni.
You
understand what I'm saying? All these TikTok girls. Well, let us quickly look at the advantage of early marriage, because I know that most of you will be like, so my early marriage, no, there are some things.
It is not that early marriage is not good. When you arrive from marriage, early you should go into marriage, because you face your warrant at the early stage of your life than to God delay. When you are for a lady now, advise a lady to get married at least when you are getting up to the age of 25 years.
So we are still coming there, but I want us to look at the advantages first before you now advise on the age, the basic age to get married.
The advantages that I'm seeing there is that when you get married early, you give birth early. Before you get to the age of 50, when they see your children, you think as if
they are brothers and sisters. Well, the first advantage here is it has positive effects on mental health. Yes, because you know, the reason why they said positive effects on mental health is that if you go married early with your real partner, the normal age of getting married, maybe you guys are young, but at least you are above 18. Now, it will make you to be calm in thinking. You know the next step to take, because you have a good partner. You have a partner that you are both young, and you can, project anything out there in one hand.
This one that you are talking of, it depends on the family that you both came out from. That you have a good thinking, you have this and that. It depends on the parent that raised you up. You come back if the children comes from the house of those people that smoke in their hand, their thinking is to beat each other every day. You understand what I'm saying? It depends on the family where the husband or the wife comes from.
That's true. Well, another advantage is it reduces the risk of health disease and cancer. Now, I'm seeing this as most of you girls that you never marry yourself, you don't chop like 17 breakfast. Your heart has been broken in so many ways, you have been abused sexually, mentally, and different kind of abuse you've faced in relationship, and you never get married. So why can't you just marry?
Then you
facing a different breakup. So it will be affecting your heart. Your heart will not be stable, because no matter who you meet, you feel like, the way A treated me, that is how this B treated me. Well, so that is the reason why you need to get married early, so that you can be free from all this heartbreak disease and all. Then another one is cancer and disorder. I've talked about that. You know, sometimes when your heart is not stable, it can lead to cancer. Yes,
can lead to any other thing.
Lot of things can set in, depression, you know, sickness, anything can set in. So once you made up your mind and just find a partner, you guys got married.
You're going into marriage as well. And then you pray over it. Then as the Lord leaders.
So, sir, I want you to tell us what is the normal age
at least
for a man?
I do advise a man and a woman, Abi.
Yes.
I do advise a young lady, if you are up to the age of 25, it's better. At least 23, 24. We have many people, we have some of the ladies out there that at the age of 22, at least they have finished their education, when their education is rapid. Likewise, we have some men at the age of 25 that they are ready. Fine. They are ready for marriage. It's better you get married early. So you know, a lot of people out there, the reason why they have delay in marriage was that what are they going to eat? Oh, I still need to do this, some certain work.
I still need to have this. I still need to have that.
Money. You know, the spiritual aspect of it is that at times, when the children comes, the blessing comes. That's the spiritual aspect of it. But the physical aspect of it is that you quickly put on your load at the earlier stage than postponing it.
So that you know how to carry it.
So you know how to carry it in time.
Because you will still carry it no matter how much you waited.
For sure.
Hey, God, when? Me, I'm still looking for wife though, because I don't know when I'm going to get married like this with all these TikTok girls that is dancing all around. All right, if you've been with us since, we've been talking about early marriage around us, and we've talked about a lot on this show today, and I know you guys have learned one or two from the advantage of getting married earlier and disadvantages of earlier marriage. And I know that most girls, they really want to get married early to rich men. Not rich boys, oh, rich men.
Some ladies out there are not ready to marry, but they are ready to have children. They are ready to have children.
So it is not guys that is making baby mama to be many all around
Some of
town.
them don't want to be under control because they lack home training. They don't want to submit under a man. They don't want to be controlled by anybody. So before you get to know, they marry at the age of 22. When they get to the age of 28, they might have given birth to 2 or 3 children. Before you get to know, they will stand on their own.
And they will start living their normal life.
That's why we have a lot of baby mama out there. You go to UK, go to US. We have a lot of them that are crying, we need a man for our life, or we need a man. What about the ones that you have? You know, in UK, the laws that was being done in UK and all these diasporas country favored the women most. Not the man. You can't just talk to your wife anyhow. She may call the police to come and arrest you. Maybe you have a misunderstanding in the house now. You now say, okay, this night, this lady, I'm not going to sleep with you. In US or in UK, they will call the police, come and sleep with me. If you refuse to come and sleep, before you know, you go and sleep at the police.
Call up Ibrahim in the comment section, say, oh yeah, Sunday Ogunshimore said, you too much. Thank you so much. All right, this is where we are going to be saying bye on the show today. Don't forget our sponsor is Nokpa Albers and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Thank you so much, Ambassador Rotimi Oruluwa. Thank you for this piece of talk that you gave to us today, because I know
it's my pleasure.
All right, my name still remains Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidon J Omoyagba, the only Idon on Wisdom Yard Television. Join me again on Saturday when I'll be bringing another hot topic to treat with you guys. As I say, bye.